everybody to another do you know guess what episode it is? Number. See if I'll give you a hint. It's over 100.
107.
172.
I was real close.
Real close.
I had the 7 in there.
You did. So if you guys couldn't tell, Katy's joining. This is your 4th time on the podcast. You're kind of like...
You tell me, I don't know.
You're kind of like the built-in backup guest.
Wow. The last resort, you might say?
It was just going to be a solo episode, but I was like, you know what? Why don't we spend some time together? Some quality time.
Yeah, because we haven't been spending enough time together in quarantine.
I mean, you're in quarantine. I'm still going to work every day.
You're in quarantine. You don't leave the house.
Work from home. You don't have to make me sound like a hermit.
Yeah, but that's what quarantine is.
No, I know. So everybody that is supporting the Patreon, I appreciate you guys. If you guys want access to video episodes, this one is not going to be video because it's the day before Thanksgiving, and Katy and I feel like being lazy. Also, we've got a craft that we're doing after this, so I don't have time to edit a video. But you can go to patreon.com/classroombrew. We currently have Classroom Brew shot glasses. We didn't do a shot out of that today. We didn't. We did one out of the Devon Siebold one, and
just a random
some Steamboat thing, Steamboat Willie or some shit.
Steamboat.
It's Steamboat something or other. My buddy Will gave me that one. But we have the shot glasses and the koozies, as well as the bonus content, like bonus episodes. So if you ever check out one of the recaps on the bonus episodes for the free podcast feed, you can get the actual episode on Patreon, and it's usually video. What are you doing with your jaw?
I'm stretching my mouth
so
I can talk better and project my voice more.
Do you know what I realized? Have I told you this yet? Like at the end of the day on Tuesday, so like Thanksgiving break was on. I like stood up and like kind of like shrugged my shoulders, and then I like felt my jaw go. So I was like, have I been clenching my jaw this entire school year?
I never don't clench my jaw. I'm clenching my jaw
alarming.
right now.
As you're talking? So you're
Yes.
going like this?
That's why I can't speak. That's
Are you
why
nervous?
that's why it feels like my words are like I'm talking inside of my mouth because I can't open my jaw that much because it's always clenched. No, it's anxiety.
Yeah, it's for sure anxiety.
Yeah.
When you hear me, like your perspective, me teaching from home, is it just like, all right, guys, does anyone have any questions? Or what do you guys think about this whatever? And then just dead silence. Like, what's your perspective?
I'm absolutely not listening to you. I'm watching TikToks.
Are you one of my students at this point? They're not listening either. They're also watching TikToks probably.
I mean, if they were smart, they'd be watching TikToks.
They're so engaged. We had our report card pickup, and how many conferences do you think I had? I have about 100 students this year, which is a low number.
You had less than 10?
Less than 10, yeah.
Yeah.
For context, if I were in person, I'd have like maybe 20 conferences, which is still like 20%, but not bad. I think I had 5 or 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was that one when we were trying to get online for the PlayStation where it was like, we've got a minute or two.
You literally hung up the conference call at 2 p.m. on the dot.
I'm just that good.
Because I was watching the seconds go by and you were like ending the conversation and I was like, I think it's going to time out. And it did.
Yeah. Didn't matter though.
We didn't get it. I mean, I don't want it. I just like the adrenaline rush
of trying to get a PlayStation 5. Yeah, I feel like you really are in it for it because it's ugly looking. It's not going to look good on that shelf.
Yeah, but
you're into it. You got the first day, especially. You got really into it
because it was exciting.
It was exciting,
but like we didn't get it. I mean, it's like a competition.
Yeah,
basically.
At that point, just the opportunity.
Like who can refresh the page faster? Who can add it to the cart?
We're never going to beat the bots. I have students that one of my students did get one, but I think they did a pre-order. Somehow, like
how do you pre-order?
Months ago, I don't know.
Do you have to be on some special list?
Probably. You're asking the wrong person for this. I don't know.
Why was a child on that list?
I don't know.
Weird.
They don't have enough money for pencils, though, but they damn sure have the new PlayStation.
Well, they probably saved up for it.
Yeah, I know. But that's where we're at. No, I posted that thing. Did I show you the thing where it's like 4 out of 25 students in a class participate in the Do Now, and it was SpongeBob going, I'm over it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I just want to get it tattooed somewhere on my body, and it's an anchor chart for myself. Just
do your forehead so they can see it and feel shame.
That's what Joe D said. He said, I'm going to just get that tattooed on my forehead.
Yeah. Actually, they wouldn't even notice it.
They wouldn't notice it. No, they're not. Well, if it's online school, they wouldn't notice it. They might notice it. There are some kids I'm convinced that didn't know we were online this entire time. They're like, well, I thought we were going, why aren't we at the school? Like they showed up for the first day. Their first day.
Are they also aware that there's not a global, like, do they not know?
There might be a few. not going to lie to you. There's some that,
There's some people that don't know there's a global pandemic occurring.
I mean, let me put it this way. I called a parent one time, like during one of my prep periods, to be like, yeah, I haven't seen your son in like 3 weeks. And she put him on speaker to like have me converse with him. And she was like, you want to talk to him? I'm like, that's all right. And she goes, here he is. He's on speaker. And I'm like, and everything that do you want to see? This is basically how it went. Hey man, how you doing? Good. So I don't know if you knew, we've got school today. Yeah. I haven't seen you. Okay. Yeah, but it's been like 3. Yeah. So do you think you're going to go to school? Yeah. Never went.
And the parent just like didn't care.
I guess not. There are some that they're tapped out, like they are trying, but like something just isn't clicking for them.
Yeah, but you're not calling the parent so you can talk to the child. You're calling the parent to talk to the parent.
Yeah. There was in real time once, it was during class. I was like, whatever. They're doing some independent work time. My microphone's on mute. I literally called this one kid that just is never there. And the parent answered. And this is, give them credit. This is like 8:30 in the morning and they answered. Like I felt like I was being kind of rude, but I was just going to see how it worked. And the parent answered and said, yeah, they're in school. And I was like, they're in my class right now, but they're not actually there. And in real time, I heard her like walk up the stairs, go into the kids' room and go, is your ass still not up? Like that's exactly what she said. It was the best thing that ever happened.
Damn.
I know.
I mean, I would absolutely do the exact same thing if I was in high school right now.
But you would also still do you probably wouldn't go to your meets, but you would still get your shit done.
Yeah, I would do the schoolwork, but I wouldn't.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is I have some kids that still haven't done anything, and we're now in the 3rd or 4th month we started in September. We're 3rd month of school, basically. And they still haven't done anything. Like, nothing. Like, their grade should be a 0, but we have that policy where you have to give them at least a 45 in 2 categories. I didn't know grades could go this low in CPS because of that 45% policy we have, but that's where we're at.
These kids find a way.
They really do. Well, and I was talking to you about, there's these 2 quotes that this one kid, I won't say the name, obviously, because we're on a podcast right now. Hi, everybody. But I keep repeating the same few things. Like, if you haven't done anything, or if you haven't listened this entire period, now will be the time. And that one kid was like, we get it. Like, he typed it, so it wasn't actually the tone.
It's not for you.
Yeah. I was like, but do you, though? Do you get it? He probably was like, we get it. But in my head, it was sassy.
No, it was sassy, sweetie. That is absolutely a sassy comment.
He's a nice kid, though. He was the same one that when we were talking about Thanksgiving break, we used to just get Thursday, Friday off. We didn't get Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And I just mentioned that, and he was like, oh, tough luck there, bud.
I don't remember. I feel like we used to get the whole week off.
I thought we did, but I look back, and no, we just got the Thanksgiving itself and then the day after.
Weird. Because it's such a stupid amount of time to like 2 out of 5 days. Like, might as well just call the whole thing off.
Oh, I would have loved that this week. I mean, some of our kids did call the whole week off anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And to be honest, they called the whole year off anyway. So they really got a good Thanksgiving break out of this. And a good winter break, and a good summer break, and a good spring break, because it's all one big break for them. Truly.
Well,
that's where
it's a lost year.
Yeah. But, well, yeah, it really is. They said in our meeting, our principal said, word for word, right now it's about, and I support part of this, it's not so much that we care about education. This is what admin is saying. It's about saving lives, not educating right now.
Yeah.
Which I get, I understand, but it's kind of defeatist.
I know, but I mean, there's so much going on in the entire goddamn world where, you know what? If a kid needs to take an entire year off, I wouldn't blame.
Is this their gap year?
Really, that's honestly what it is. Like, it's basically a gap year, and some kids can choose to put in some effort. Like, honestly, like, I wouldn't blame them.
I guess. I mean, it's a little alarming, though, when I've got, like, a super, super, super senior that is, well, he's not, he's a super, super, super freshman or sophomore still, and he's still choosing not to do anything. Like,
well, that's tough luck for that guy, because I think, like, he should have been putting in effort before this. That's his bad.
I've talked about him a few times. He's the one I thought was catatonic for the first semester I had him. I'm still convinced he might be a little bit. There's something, that's going on there.
Maybe like severe ADHD. Maybe just can't pay attention.
Guess. He just veggies out the entire time. He used to have headphones like the ones that we're wearing over ears, and he would just sit there all day, every day. Kind of like that. Remember that? You probably didn't hear this one. That like old wives' tale or that old folklore tale of the kid that had over ear headphones and went to get a haircut, and then the barber takes the headphones off. Like, take them off. He wouldn't, and then he takes them off, and the kid dies because it was like a track saying, "Breathe in, breathe out." Breathe, like some stupid
that
shit
reminds
like
me
that.
of the one with the choker.
What?
Where the person was wearing a choker around their neck, like they never took it off, and then one day someone like ripped it off of them and their head fell off.
Oh my god. Who made up this?
Who's thinking of these things? Stop it,
man. It's like
it's like scary stories to tell in the dark type of shit.
right. And it spreads too. Like that movie we were watching with the crazy Abe or some shit. What's that
Crazy
movie?
Abe?
The man that saved her from the big sewer that looked like it was the
Crazy
sewer from
Pete.
It. Crazy
Now and
Pete.
Then. Yes.
Now and Then,
A
yeah.
classic film.
And it spreads. A classic film.
It's called Rumor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how does it spread? So like those like folklore ones, how does it spread nowadays? Like
You tell you tell your kids it, and then they just keep telling their kids it.
yes, it was.
I haven't heard that one before, the headphones one. That's new.
Yeah, that one is definitely new for you. So that reminds I have to show you this, by the way. This one, this isn't related to like our comment here or anything like that, but since some teachers are doing hybrid and some are 100% in person, one of our Patreons, Melinda, she did her teacher photo for the yearbook, and she's wearing PPE for it.
That is so funny. That's a good idea.
That's the best thing I've seen.
She should have had the whole mask situation on.
Right, just cover everything,
Yeah,
like the face
go for
shield and all that.
Go
I
full.
think it was a great job. I really do. I think it was a good.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Commitment to the joke. I appreciate it.
100%. So Melinda, if you're listening, we salute you.
We do.
You have to actually salute so it's genuine.
Oh,
We
they
both
can't
do.
see me.
Yeah, I know, but we know.
You're the only person snitching on me right now, so.
Well, now you did salute, so now you're welcome.
Okay.
So you're being truthful now.
Okay.
So, that's our current plan, by the way. We had a lot of parents ask this, and by a lot I mean 4 of the 5 that I saw, or 5 or 6, whatever it was. But CPS, I couldn't tell them at the time because we didn't know. But right after we went on Thanksgiving break, they sent our 2021 return to school plan. Yeah, which had like a whole paragraph of unnecessary text, and then they had this graphic. And basically, it's a timeline of 4 events. That's it. To undo basically a year of a pandemic right now, there's just 4 events, 4 major milestones for them to make. It says January 4th of 2021, pre-K and cluster program staff return. January 11th, okay, so 7 days after, a week after, students in pre-K and cluster programs return. Then fast forward 14 days, so 2 weeks, January 25th, K through 8 staff return, and then another week later, K through 8 students return. Now the problem is, parents can say no to that. Meaning, you know how I'm doing this online 100%? And I was talking to my buddy Jeff, there are some teachers that are, and they've been doing this the whole year, but that's going to force CPS teachers to not just teach online, but also teach in person at the same time.
Yeah, to figure that out.
Yeah.
Tell me why. Wow. Oh, just a casual stroke.
Do the stroke check. There you go.
Let me tell you why that's not going to happen, because
I doubt it, yeah.
the peak right now that's occurring is going to end. It's going to go on until at least the end of January. Let me tell you why. Thanksgiving, people are going to go to their families.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas,
Tomorrow.
people are going to go to their families. New Year's, people are going to hang out with their friends. Whether or not we want them to, whether or not there's a statewide, countrywide lockdown, it's going to happen. So that's the sequence of these 3 major holidays where it's gathering based. End of January, at the very least, is when this peak is going to go to.
I can't wait.
There's just no way.
So I was just at the gym, which is surprisingly still open during the second lockdown. People aren't even wiping down their sweaty ass sweat from the
Sweaty
benches.
ass sweat, yeah.
Sweaty ass sweat from the gym benches and shit. And we're expecting these kids to, like, if a fight breaks out, I can't break it up. The first thing they're going to do is swipe the mask. Some of the elementary kids are going to tease the kids about their mask.
They're going to cough on each other.
Yeah, if they really want to fight.
That's coughing on a person now is assault.
It always was.
Coughing? I thought it was just spitting.
If you were any type of potential bodily fluid, because you could have.
I didn't know that.
You could have Ebola, and if you cough or spit anything that your bodily fluids are purposely put onto somebody else, that is assault.
Wow. I thought that it just became a thing.
You're the first student that I've had this year now that has learned something.
Wow. I feel so honored and thrilled.
I did have a few really nice conversations, like the kids that really care, because those are the kids that actually had parents show up to report our pickup are the kids that are doing fine anyway. Like they're actually learning and trying and shit. But the problem is I'm not going to know who they are if and when we ever, let's say we return in a year and a half or whatever it's going to be. They're going to like see me in the hall, be like, hey, Mr. F. I'll be like, hey.
Yeah, you literally just know their names.
Yeah.
Because nobody's obviously on camera.
I can free associate like a mother with like first and last names. I know all of the combinations. I just don't know the faces.
Yeah, that's
I know
so
some.
weird.
I know some faces because I've looked in grade book.
Is there going to be a yearbook this year?
It's a good question. Probably not. Maybe they'll just use their Snapchat pictures. Like, hey, just send in your picture,
just send
whatever
a
you
selfie,
want.
your favorite selfie.
It's just gonna be
honestly, that's first of all cost effective. You don't have to hire a photographer. You don't have to spend a whole day doing all that.
Have you seen the photographers? Usually it's like a setup with the tripod and all that stuff, and you got the backdrop, right?
Yeah.
The last couple of years, they've just kind of hired some person to do it, and they're just freestanding with their camera, and they're just kind of pulling up and taking the picture. So like they're all a little bit left, right, off of center, tilted up, tilted down, certain heights. It's all different.
If you're going to do that, you might as well just have kids send in their best selfie and then just approve them that way.
I mean, their ID photos already have Snapchat filters. I mean, why not just do everything? Is it though?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah, I guess.
It's 21st century. Why waste your time with a photographer that's not even going to put in an effort? Have the kids send in a picture. They know that they already like it themselves.
They were good photos. It just was disconcerting that it's like, we don't have a uniform setup here where like you can like a stool to raise the kid up or down so that they go into the same shot as the last student. It was just a guy just freehanding it.
I think it's just an outdated thing. I think eventually it'll be, because also most people don't like their yearbook pictures anyway. Like I can remember maybe a few that I actually liked.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I hated my senior pictures. How about you? And those are the ones that like you pay to do separately. I didn't actually order them, but like you paid.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, awful.
Yeah. The only school picture I ever liked was 8th grade because I had braces on, but we paid to have them retouch my braces out because by the time I graduated, they were going to be off. And so like when I got them, I still had, like when I got the pictures, I still had my braces.
Oh, you got a preview.
So I was like, oh my God, is this what my teeth look like when they're done? I mean, they looked exactly the same as they did before I got my braces on.
Why'd you bother?
I don't know. We got hoodwinked by our...
Hoodwinked!
By the orthodontist. That's what I almost said optometrist, but that's for eyes.
Yeah, that's a different thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Like literally they look exactly the same.
I didn't know you before that, so I can't.
It's incredible. Truly. What do we pay for? Nothing. Just the pain.
Peace of mind.
No.
Peace of mind.
No peace. No peace.
All right. Well, anyways, I think this is a good segue. Not really, but it's a segue nonetheless. For our comment hero of the week.
Welcome to the comment hero of the week. When someone's being an ass in the comment section, but they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
What's going on is you failed fucking social studies.
Or when you see someone call that person out, they are our comment hero of the week. Yeah! Even though some heroes do call out those idiots, remember, don't call out a comment hero in the comment section. You can't fix them, and you can't fix stupid.
You liked that, didn't you? Yeah!
Because I'm just picturing you.
I recorded that, by the way.
Screaming into a microphone
That's what I
in
did.
an empty apartment.
I did it in the sound studio.
That is so hilarious to me to just... I pictured the rest of the apartment to be dark, and it's just the closet light
Do you
on.
think I'm a serial
and
killer?
you're just like screaming into a microphone.
I mean, it wasn't a long scream. You for sure weren't home for that. I will say that.
Obviously, because I would remember that. It's loud.
Yeah, that'd be a little jarring. So our commentary for this week, guys, this was posted a couple days ago on a particular particular teachers union page on Facebook. And this, you all right? You good?
Sorry. Sometimes when my wine is really sweet, my jaw hurts.
Oh, that means
I'm old.
yeah.
Damn.
So this was a post where, and someone was just posting the question, the general rhetorical question. And it said on Twitter, based on the responses by teachers, I now wonder how many school districts are knowingly lying or misleading their staff, students, and parents about positive cases, social distancing, sanitation, and PPE availability. Fair question. It's for sure happening. Because do you know what the screening process was when we were coaching, by the way?
They just said, do you have a fever? Yes
We
or
would
no?
go, do you have a fever? Did you travel out? Do you promise?
Yeah, it's just,
Do you feel okay?
it's useless.
And we took their temperature, but they could be asymptomatic, as we have known for a while, but it's a real thing. Anyways, and let's scroll down. And our comment hero, Jan P as in Peter, but that's not her last name. And she said, now initially I thought, oh, okay. She was quoting Dr. Anthony Fauci,
Good start.
right? But it took a turn, saying that Dr. Fauci said that schools should generally reopen and stay open. However, here's why this person is our comment hero. This is facetious on hero, of course, because the article itself was that Fauci, when given the choice between keeping bars open and schools open, like a would you rather situation, he said, I guess close the bars.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean he's saying they should reopen and stay open. But this dunce, which by the way, there are a bunch of replies on this post, that's how I found it so easily, thought that he was being, what's the word? Literal.
That's what happens when you have zero comprehension skills.
I mean, there's something else going wrong, clearly. I mean, oh, I didn't realize it's a male Jan.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Didn't see that coming.
Because I was going to say, Jan, you know what?
Sounds a bit like
yeah,
Karen.
that sounds exactly right.
What's the
But
male
a
version
male
of Karen?
Jan, I don't know. I've discussed this with many people, and I have not landed on an answer.
What are some, let's brainstorm a couple.
Someone said Ken,
Ken?
but I have only met one Ken in my entire life, and he was very nice.
Yeah, it can't be, I don't think it's Ken.
I
Hopefully
don't
no
think
one
it is
named Ken
either,
listening.
because Karen is a very
Specific.
common name also. So it has to be something that's common, but also like an asshole. Like, and I think, oh God, it has to be something like, it's also because you have to figure out a name that isn't too young. It has to be around the same, because anything younger.
Karen's a pretty,
Well, like now, like the younger version of Karen is like Becky or something, and
like
then
a Kyle or Tyler.
Susan is older than
Those two?
Karen.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
So you know what I mean? So it has to be like, because there's generational Karens, if you will.
Should we see how good our listener engagement is? If you guys have the male version of Karen, you should DM us at Classroom Brew on Twitter and Instagram, or you can email us, classroombrew@gmail.com. Which reminds me, there is no Barrister update yet. They initially sent a follow-up because I posted the picture of McLovin when they asked for my ID, and they said, that's not what I need. Please send your identity. So I just put a text box over McLovin, and I made it whatever name they put in there. It's the exact same everything. He was born in 1981.
Nice.
So remember, he didn't want to be exactly 21 because that's too obvious. They made him like 24 or 25. Anyway, back to our comment hero. So Jan got a couple of responses, and by a couple, I mean a lot. And it's not something I normally condone, because the big thing is don't call them out. Yeah, don't interact. You can't fix them. They're being an idiot. Someone saying, he said that it's not a one-size-fit-all, Fauci. He says kids should be in school if possible, but nobody really sees how that's viable. Fair enough. And then he says, the one size does not fit all does not apply to the 600 CPS schools closed. It's not even a complete thought. I don't understand what that means.
Also, like, what does that mean? What does that mean?
Essentially, it boils down to, and this one person that's calling him out is basically saying, why are you trying to rush? Like,
Yeah.
why is it you're just spewing out all these facts? And and he's even saying you're killing teachers. And they're saying, killing teachers? Absolutely not. There are barely any teachers that are dying, but there's like an article every day about a teacher that came out of retirement to fill the void from a teacher that's high risk, and they died in their place and shit. Like, it's horrible right now.
People are dying left and right. People are, if they're not dying, they're catching it and spreading it to people that do die. Just because people don't necessarily die doesn't mean it's okay for them to get it. What the hell does that mean?
What I don't understand is that, like, we know the obvious arguments against this person and the idiocy. People are still going. So that was a comment from 2 days ago. People are still commenting as of 5 hours ago. That was the most recent comment. And you know what the final comment from our comment hero was in response to somebody? Because people were
Something
going at
like
him.
libtard.
Close. He said, your anti-capitalist rant means nothing. The communists were also for the people. Open up CPS schools. This is not a joke. This is exactly what he said.
I could go on for hours about how much I hate that one singular comment.
And our comment hero goes on further. I lied. There was something that oh no, this is 12 hours ago. So that was his last comment, but it shows up out of order because it's stupid. He goes, no evidence that COVID-infected children readily spread it to others. Schools are safe. Listen to the science. And he posted something from the CDC that directly contradicts what he just said. So, Jan P., you are our comment hero of the week, and in this case, it's code for you're a fucking idiot.
He said that kids aren't spreading it to each other?
Not at all. Or yeah, that's what he's saying. But yeah, not at all. Not a single child has spread a single COVID thing.
What?
Yeah, that's our comment
I have
hero.
seen so many people on like Twitter, like post about like, this COVID thing is going to end the second the election's over. I'm like, it's the peak now, sweetheart.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Jordan had to unfriend somebody that we're very close to because of stupid shit like that they posted. He didn't engage. Proud of him. Didn't engage, but he
I
unfriended.
unfollowed the exact same person and I didn't engage. I think that's more impressive for me. And it was a much worse post.
Hey, you're just sitting there every time like,
I was like, for the sake of Ryan, I am not going to go in on this because it would be so easy. And also, like, I don't feel like being like accosted by like all the people in their friend group that have the exact same feelings as them.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not getting in a Facebook fight. This
Stop
is not.
being
I'm not
an anti-capitalist,
13.
Katie. Stop it.
I will never stop being an anti-capitalist. Never.
Ask that person to define capitalist, and they probably couldn't do it.
Be like, I don't know, because normal money good.
Money is good.
I can be billionaire.
That's
Moron.
a really good impression.
Thank you.
Very good. Well, I think we're good there. That's a pretty good one, right? But thanks for hopping on. What were you drinking this entire time that caused such jaw pain?
It's the same one I had yesterday. It's just a Pinot Grigio, a casual Pinot Grigio. Yesterday it wasn't great because it was a little too
You're really selling it now.
dry, but now because it's been open overnight, I think it made it sweeter.
Oxidized a little bit there.
Oh my god, it hurts my jaw so much.
You don't have to drink it. What did
No,
we do a
I'm
shot of? What was
going
that?
to.
What was that specific vodka? We should have started
It was
with this.
Deep Eddy lemonade vodka. TikTok
TikTok.
made me buy it, as it has made me buy many other things. But what it was supposed to taste like was just lemonade. People were like, oh my god, you cannot taste the vodka. It literally tastes like lemonade. You could drink it straight. And I fell for it. And I don't like vodka, as neither do you, because we have taste buds. So I tried it, and it does, in fact, taste like vodka.
It does. It really does.
It really does.
Even with the lemon juice.
And like I don't find myself having like a low tolerance.
No, I wouldn't say.
So I was fully expecting to, it was bad.
Yeah.
But it's a shot liquor.
Yeah,
It's
for
not
sure
a
is.
drink liquor.
And yeah, it was like a really shitty lemon drop. But that's
Yeah.
what we drank for this episode. I'm not going to edit that into the beginning. I'm keeping this 100% natural. 100%. But thanks for jumping on. And everybody else, this is not a video, but if you wanted to check out video episodes, We do have those at least once or twice a month on patreon.com/classroombrew, in addition to our shot glasses, koozies, and other bonus content like behind-the-scenes videos, bonus episodes, the video episodes, as I mentioned, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So you can check that out there on Patreon. For our current Patreon members, thank you so much for supporting. I appreciate you. The next item I want to do is going to be coasters of some sort, right?
That's good.
I don't know what type. Like, is it going to be ceramic? Is it going to be, I don't know. We'll decide.
Only time will tell.
Only time will tell. So we'll let you get Patreon people. If you have a say, this is a democracy. So you decide what you want it to be. What kind of material do you want it to be? It is rigged. 100%. We'll have to get Michigan a couple times.
Yeah, we'll have to recount the votes many times.
Yeah. Won't change the outcome.
No.
Hooray. But thank you guys so much for listening. What was I going to say? Oh, subscribe, rate and review in whatever app you're listening in. And until next week, oh, almost forgot to say this. Happy Thanksgiving. This is coming out on Thanksgiving. But until next week, class dismissed. Ooh.
I'm supposed to say it. I'm the guest.
I like it timed out like that.
I don't think it was quite timed.
Too bad.
Oh.